What's the most incredible coincidence that ever happened to you? One morning the weekend before Halloween, my 13-year-old daughter came up to me and said, "Mom, today I'm going to meet the man I will marry." How could you possibly know that? I asked this daughter, who had never been boy crazy like her girlfriends nor ever had a boyfriend or date. Because I've been asking and asking God who I would end up marrying, and this morning when I was praying, He told me I would meet my future husband today. She answered matter-of-factly. Needless to say, fear struck my heart. My impressionable daughter believed this crazy idea would make for an interesting, if not scary, day. Today, I would definitely keep her close to me and keep a strict eye on her. That night I knew we had plans to take my daughter and her friends to a haunted house. I asked her if she thought she was going to marry one of her friends. She said no, I'm sure it will be someone totally new that I've never met before. Yikes, fear again. Nothing eventful happened all day, but that evening the line waiting to go into the haunted house went down the street and around the block. The kids didn't seem to mind the long wait and goofed around in line and talked to others nearby. I kept a very close eye on my extremely attractive daughter. Come on, I am her mom. But others think she is attractive too. I suspiciously eyed every boy who talked to her. Finally, our group of teens got to enter. I was behind the group and directly behind my daughter. Dark, scary, fun, and long was the walk in the pitch black, winding corridors. Suddenly a man dressed as the Grim Reaper jumped out right in front of my daughter and scared her so badly she screamed and fell backwards, on top of me and those behind me, toppling all of us over. The, now kind and sorry, Grim Reaper helped us all up, and, noting her extreme reaction of fear, he came out of character long enough to offer to sneak us out a side exit. She said no, it's okay, and we moved on, embarrassed. That night my daughter was so disappointed when she said I was so sure God told me I would meet him today. Fast forward 10 years, my daughter was the maid of honor for her best friend's wedding and gave a beautiful toast and prayer at the wedding. One of the men attending the groom was from out of state and took an interest in my daughter, emailing and calling her after the wedding. Eventually they engaged and married. After they were married, we were sitting around talking and the subject of haunted houses came up. My Sil said he had once helped construct one in an old grocery store building when he spent a year in our town. Really? Yes, he said, and I got to be the Grim Reaper for it and carry a fake scythe. Comparing notes, they figured out that the exact year he had spent in our city was the year my daughter was 13. When asked if he remembered an incident at the haunted house with a frightened girl, he wasn't sure, as all young girls scream. But when he heard she toppled me and others over and he came out of character to offer assistance out a side exit, then he said, "That was you." But that was just a little girl I offered help. Usually I pride myself in never coming out of character, but she was so scared and I worried people might have fallen and gotten hurt. Lol, yes, a 13-year-old, 5-foot tall girl is just a little girl to a 19-year-old, 6-foot 2-inch young man, as it should be. So my daughter did, indeed, meet her future husband that day. Amazing, out of the mouth of babes. They also ended up having 5 children.